What is going on, guys? It's Hector here with Vaping Lizards, and today we have another RDA review. And today we have none the less but this humongous, huge RDA, the Temple. So without any further ado, let's get to down to the close-up as always, and do our thing down there. Talk about the specs and how the device, size, holes, what it brings, and talk about all that good stuff.
So first off, I want to apologize for not opening the box. It's going to be a little leaky because I put it in there with a build for the video and I realized it was juiced up and leaked in there, so I kept it out of the box. But this is the box it comes in. It says Temple right there with a little, one of those Asian big those buildings and stuff. I don't want to offend nobody. I'm sorry if I don't know exactly what that is. And then there's this Temple RDA, the same on the other side, and on the bottom it says pretty much saying not for noobs. I'm not going to agree with that because I don't want to offend anybody, but that's what they say down there on the bottom. It's pretty funny. But when you open her up, right there you're going to have your RDA, and like you see again, you see a stain of juice right there. But you get a little packet with extra goods, extra screws, some coils, some O-rings, a smaller O-ring, and you get a little screwdriver with it. You get another barrel. It actually comes with the black one, at least the ones that we have. I just switched it out so it looks all matchy, but it comes with this. You can just take it out and replace it. But now let's get into the meat and potatoes about this RDA, which is the actual RDA itself. So here it is, guys. A little bit about this RDA. It's a 30mm RDA, 30, not 24, not 20, whatever, 30mm device. A 30, that's huge. It has 3mm post holes right there for your lead to go in through. Has a little velocity style build deck there, which is fantastic. I mean, this ever since that velocity came out, those two posts. I mean, two posts is the way to go, no matter where you go. Here you have the a brass AFC. I'm not completely sure what that means, but this is the barrel. Then you have a black one as I showed you. The peak insulator, I wish I can show it to you. I don't know if you can see it through there because that's the positive. I don't know if you guys can just glance at it real quick there. Yeah, on the bottom I can see it there. Yeah, right there. That's the peak insulator. You got some hex screws, like I said earlier. You got this D-ring whiteboard drip tip. I don't have anything to measure it, but I don't know how big it is. If I had to guess how big it was, I'll say anywhere from like 13 to 16 millimeters, probably a little bit bigger. Yeah, I'll say it's somewhere in the 15 millimeters right there. It has a single O-ring right there, so it's a little bit weak. It's just a little bit weak, but it won't go anywhere. I mean, if you try to lift it up with the device to the tip, it's gonna fall, but I don't care if the tip is a little bit loose. That's not a biggie because I don't see anybody carrying their devices to the tip, so that's not something to be concerned about too much. You got right there your two different modes of airflow. You can either have it fully open like so, which is 18 holes on each side, which comes out to 36 airflow holes on each overall. That's a lot of airflow. Or you can fully close it like so and have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 holes open. Or you can just close them 3 by 3s right there, like you can see. I close up 3, then 3 more, and you can go like that and keep closing 3 and 3 at a time. I usually run it right there, only with that's 12 air holes open. I think the fully open is too much, so I keep it at 12 like that. That works good for me. Solid barrel. I mean, it's not a cheap barrel, and it's decently thick. It's not really thin. It's nice and thick, and it's not soft, and it won't mess up on your first drop. And on the deck itself, like I said, you got the peak insulator, you got the negative mill to the deck, you got this open area right here. So when you slide this in there, the bottom the bottom holes have to be right in the middle of these little two brackets. If you were to twist it, it will close off some of the bottom airflow, as you can see on this side. See, it's closing it up on the bottom right there. So you just keep that in mind. You want to align those right there and have them nice and centered. Let me take this out. Well, I don't have to take it out, guys. It's a 510 threads, and you got the connection. It's a copper pin connection. And besides that, guys, that's it for the close-ups. I mean, this is pretty much, there's not much to this RDA. It's just a big, well-built RDA. That's pretty much all you need to know. To be honest, there's nothing crazy about it, nothing outstanding or something that you need to know weird. It's straight to the point, huge, well-built, great RDA, and that's pretty much all we need to say about this RDA. And if you didn't notice, the build that I have inside is one of those crazy builds, and I have a review coming on that kind of wire. There's a company that we're carrying that they make pre-built wires, and you just have to wrap them up, and I'm gonna have a review of that tomorrow.
So those were the close-up, guys. I hope I was informative enough, but without further ado, let's go ahead and drip up real quick, even though I'm dripped, just because I'm like that, and let's vape it and see how this sucker performs. By the way, I have it at 110 watts. A complete monster, a complete cloud chaser RDA. I mean, 3 hits, and I mean, it's still saturated, but I feel like it's dry just because I'm so used to RDAs that do 3 hits and they're dry. But this RDA is a monster, guys. And this is no special juice. This is a 60-40 blend by the bakery, Monkey Bone. So I don't have anything special cloud chaser style. All I have is a 60-40 juice in here. I apologize if the video I kind of cut off in the middle of something. My dog started barking. But like I was saying, nothing special. This is just a 60-40 blend. Nothing special. I'll give it one more try and I'll bump it up to 120. Monster, guys, a monster. And I'm not your cloud chaser guy. I do a lot of the tricks and photography trick guy. So I wish I had somebody that cloud chase that knew how to do the proper techniques of cloud chasing, inhale, exhale, and pushing. But like you see, it's still a lot of vapor production. It kills the flavor a little bit. I'll give him that. And which is okay, because I mean it's an area RDA, so you're expected, you're gonna lose some flavor unless you have some super over flavor juice in there. So that's the thing. But again, it's meant for cloud chasing. I mean, if you want a flavor RDA, this is not the way to go. But that was that. I mean, great flavor, big production, not too much flavor. So I mean, that's kind of like it for the device itself. So let's talk about some pros and cons about the device. As you guys seen in the close-ups, the RDA, when you close it up, you couldn't close it hole by hole, whatever. Like you can spin it like I showed in the close-ups all the way, and like close all the top 2 layers and leave the 2 bottom open, or close them little by little and close 3 holes at a time. I wish there was an option instead of being since you can close them 3 by 3. I wish they had an option that you can only close the top 3 and the bottom, and have those like just the middle open, just because you have either fully open, semi-open, and then you got those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, like 9 holes open. That'd be kind of like a more we'll give it more options for vapors. I mean, I know I'm getting a little pickier at this point, but when you start closing 3 by 3s and like that, you start moving away from your coils. And I'm just like OCD like that. I like my stuff centered with my coils, and I have to move the RDA, and then by moving the RDA, like you've seen in the close-up, it close-ups the bottom because the little bracket it has on the bottom. So it's a little con there. Besides that, I mean, this RDA is perfect for cloud chasing. I mean, I have nothing to say about it. Bad about it. So excuse me. So I have nothing else bad to say about it. It's just that me being picky, that little, twisting that, and it being, giving the vapors a little more options when it comes to the airflow. For the pros, I love the fact that this tip, like, I don't know if you guys seen the Zephyr, Buddha, or whatever they call it, like the tip is huge. This one's a little bit smaller, but it kind of like closes down a little bit, so I still get I get full of air when I'm trying to inhale, but not as much as with the Zephyr Buddha. I'm not saying the Zephyr Buddha is not a good RDA. It's just not my cup of tea. Like this one will be out of these huge RDAs. This one will probably be so far till today the only one that I will use if I was to use one. Build quality is great on it. I mean, build deck is humongous and nice. I mean, you can't go wrong with that. It's huge, and I love the fact they put that kind of screws in there to tie down your leads. I do not like those Allen key ones. They're just terrible. These are perfect. I've tied this thing all the way down to like all the way across, almost like breaking the other side where the screw goes in, and do not strap whatsoever. So that's fantastic from their part. So overall, great RDA, guys. I mean, that's it for the pros and cons. Overall, this RDA, if I was to rate it, I will give it like a maybe a 9.5 out of 10, just because of the fact that I'm being extra picky with the whole airflow situation. So that's the only thing I can see wrong with it, which is not really wrong. It's just that's being extremely subjective about the goods and bads. But still, 9.5, 9 to 9.5 is still a pretty good rating. That's extremely good, almost perfect for an RDA. So I mean, you just have to go get one and try it yourself. So you guys that are trying to buy this stuff online through retail stores online, I apologize once again for like the fourth time. Our websites are still down, so you can't probably get it through there, but you can have your shop or any wholesale or any shops out there can contact go to this website and get some more info on, like, getting these in their stores and stuff. So I mean, that's the best you guys can do. I mean, if you're a vapor that wants to get it in your local shop and they don't have it, and you don't want to get it online, have your shops check these out on our website right there, the wholesale one, and check them out and pick them up, and you guys can have them for yourself. So that was it for this review, guys. I want to thank you guys for watching the video. I want to thank Vaping Lasers for having me here and doing this review. And until next time, vape safe.